All right. I'm going to start instead of with mine. I got a question from the audience a few minutes that I asked the wrong panel a few minutes ago. So I'll ask it to the correct panel this time. And we'll start with Landon. And the question is, please describe how intake will work for the new DA in your office. Yourself. Thank you.
Well, can I do the intro and then do the cool?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're totally good, Andrew.
Sorry. Let's just dial back. Introduce yourself, opening statement. Thank you.
Sound good. Hi, everybody. My name is Landon Campbell. I'm a dad, a husband, and a prosecutor in your Hays County Criminal District Attorney's Office. I'm a candidate to be your next criminal district attorney because I believe so many of the accomplishments that we've been able to have here in Hays County has given us jet fuel to go into the 2030s. And I'm excited to lead an office of 109 people ready to serve the people of Hays County. We've had some amazing results in the last 3 years. We took a 5,600 case backlog. That was real criminal defendants, criminal victims who were waiting for their day in court. And we said, not here in Hays County. We reduced that by 70%. We took victims who had been languishing. That's great, y'all. Clap. Democratic results. We had victims who were waiting for their day in court, and we got them safety. We got protective orders times by 11 at the end of those 3 years. I want to keep going.
Would you like me to do my introduction, or do you want him to answer the question and we can go 2 and 2?
Do your intro.
Okay, sounds good. Hello, everybody. My name is Alfonso Salazar. I'm running to be your district attorney. I'm a disabled veteran. I'm a business owner in the area, and I was the current elected official's campaign manager. I see where the holes are and where the things lack due to my opposition to the office right now. I'm also a civil rights attorney, and those usually stem out of the criminal cases that come out of this office. What I'm bringing is a different perspective and a change that the county needs. I bring life experience that can't be learned and can't be taught. I'm from San Antonio originally, and the things that we're seeing with ICE, it's just a new uniform. I lived it through the local police. I lived it through other law enforcement agencies, whether it's sheriff or otherwise. I understand what it's like to be in those positions. I was also for the military, so I understand the responsibility and the heavy load that comes with that. Being on the defense side of things, I know that these are not numbers. Thank you.
Start here with Alfonso. Would you please explain how intake will work if you're the DA?
So this is actually part of my platform, and I've been saying this since I started. The intake division is being wasted. The intake division is the first set of legal eyes that see any case that comes into the district attorney's office. So it needs to be bolstered, and it needs to be proactive. First and foremost, we can use that office to ensure that the interactions between law enforcement and the community are productive ones. If a law enforcement officer violates somebody's rights, cuts corners, or just isn't doing the job in a fashion that makes Hays County safer, we'll address that with their leadership. Although the intake division will be proactive in helping our citizens. Do they have substance abuse issues? Do they have mental health issues? Is it a poverty issue? A lot of those things lead to crime. And if we can head them off early, we won't have congestion like 5,600 cases being backlogged. We can get some proactive approaches. And I'd like mice to be out in the community, not behind the desk. Thank you.
When?
So I've already slightly mentioned it. When it comes to intake, we have adopted results. We actually now have a mental health attorney spawned out of our intake division because that intake attorney was taking so much time making sure that people with mental health issues coming in with new intake into the office were having their needs addressed. We're doing that hard work already. I think it's important when we talk about cases being screened appropriately that you have the correct experience in the office. I'm proud to be the only person in this primary that has been a prosecutor, that has actually indicted a case ever. I am proud to be a person who has taken those calls with law enforcement and said, we're not going forward on this case because it didn't go properly. And hey, next time, this is what you need to do. proactivity is occurring, and I'm ready to keep it going as your next Hayes County Criminal District Attorney.
Thank you. So I have an audience question for you, Alfonso. I'm not going to read this whole thing. It's about 6 questions buried in here, but it is, do you have any experience as a prosecutor other than your work as an intern for Williamson County?
So throughout this campaign, that work as an intern has been trying to be discredited. I have my bar card, which allowed me to do legal work. I've sat in the grand jury and I've indicted tons of cases. I come from a law enforcement background. I wasn't some just kid who went to high school, then to college, and then to grad school and thought they knew everything in the world. I'm a law enforcement officer all around the world. So they utilize that experience. I learned on murders, child sex cases, drug trafficking charges. I didn't start misdemeanors until I opened my own practice. So to say if I have any other experience, I have the experience. And we're forgetting the fact that my friend that is the elected official had 0 prosecutorial experience. And all of the changes came when I helped him get elected, not previously when all of the draconian were in place by a lifelong prosecutor. So I think I have enough experience to do the job.
All right. We will go to closing arguments and we'll start with, I don't have any more questions. That's it. So we'll go to closing statements and we'll start with Landon.
Y'all, I'm proud to be running for this office with the support of that criminal district attorney, Kelly Higgins, who's been able to do all those great changes. I'm ready to serve the people of Hayes County because we are looking forward. We need someone who is ready to run an office of 109 people with civil and criminal jurisdiction. I've done every role in that office and I'm ready to go. But when I started this campaign in August, I could never guess that your criminal district attorney would be having to wear a different hat. As ICE and Austin and Washington, D.C., and whatever it is Elon Musk has decided is the issue this week come up, you need a criminal district attorney that is ready to defend you, ready to go into federal court with our civil division, ready to go into criminal court if needed and say, not here in Hayes County. I'm ready to do that. I've got the right experience for you, and I'm ready to take this county into the 2030s. Let's go.
Gentlemen, I helped change this county blue. When Kelly and I were campaigning and knocking on doors and raising funds, we've only had Republicans in that office, and there's still a bunch of Republicans working in that office. So the changes fall flat. More needs to be done. And that's why I need to step in. We can feel the Republican blood still flowing through that office. I see those things every single day where the intake division fails to admonish an officer. I see those things every single day when my client has spent over a year in the jail trying to get the mental health that he needs, the help he needs, just so we start his case. Being too close to a problem or being a continuation of that office does not afford you the opportunity to see things the way they really are. I am coming from where you're sitting. I am in the community, addressing our government and taking the fight to them every single day. I was in the law enforcement for years. No one will push me around. Thank you.
Thank you both.